ඉතින් මම දරුවන්ට කියන්නේ තමන්ගේ ඉලක්කය හැම අවුරුද්දෙම වේවා නැත්නම් අවුරුදු 10කට වේවා තමන්ගේ ඉගෙන ගන්න කාලේ වේවා ඉලක්කය තමන්ගේ ගෝල් එක කොහේ හරි ලියලා තියාගන්න. ලියලා ඒ ගෝල් එක කරා ගමන් කරන්න. ඉතින් අපි පාඩම ආරම්භ කරමු. මම මේ පාඩම ඒ කියන්නේ learn to speak English. So how do we speak English? මම ඒක දෙබසක් මාර්ගයෙන් dialog එකක් මාර්ගයෙන් තමයි කියලා දෙන්න හදන්නේ. අපි ටික ටික ඉගෙන ගමු. So today's dialogue will be about flying. A gentleman is flying. Let's say his name is Mr. Fernando. Let's say his name is Mr. Fernando. So he is flying. So where will you be flying today? මම කියවන ගමන් අවශ්‍ය කරන දේවල් තියෙනවා ඒවා ඉගෙන ගන්න. So where will you be flying today? That is the question. Mr. Fernando is traveling from Colombo to New York. So Mr. Fernando is traveling. Mr. Fernando is traveling from Colombo to New York City. Let's listen as he checks in at the ticket counter. ඉතින් අපි දැන් මේ දෙබස අහන්න යන්නේ. මොකද්ද එයා යන අතරතුරේදී එක එක වෙන දෙබස් ගැන. Let's listen as he checks in at the ticket counter. First, read through the dialogue once. So මේ පොතේ කියන්නේ read through the dialogue once, then listen to it. I will read and then you can listen to it at normal conversational speed. Normal conversational speed. You will have a chance to listen and repeat later. So let's learn. So Mr. Fernando is at the airport. So the attendant at the airport, the ticket counter guy or whoever, is asking, where will you be flying today? So see how, where will you be flying today? So Mr. Fernando is saying New York, to New York. Then the attendant or the ticket counter guy or her or she will say, may I see your ticket? Now how do you say may I? Now when you talk, you have to talk in a pleasant way. You don't say give me your passport or give me your ticket. That's not how you say. So you have to say may I see your ticket? Or if you want to go to some place or meet somebody, may I see you tomorrow, teacher? May I come tomorrow? So that's a nice way of talking. So may I. So learn that. So that's one word that you can learn. May I see your ticket, passport and visa, please. Every time you talk to somebody, it's very, very good to say please. Don't just talk in a rough manner. Just talk very nicely, like saying may I, please. These are good words to use. Then Mr. Fernando says, here you go. Here you go. Here it is. My visa is on page 6 of my passport. Or you can even put your ticket into where the passport is and give it to the gentleman or he or she, and they will know where to look for the visa. Now they want to know, would you like a window or an aisle seat. So would you like a window? In when you're flying, so there is a window seat and an aisle seat. What aisle seat is the one in the center, the window seat and the aisle seat. So would you like a window or an aisle seat? So Mr. Fernando wants the aisle seat. Some will want the window seat. So you can say I want the window seat or I want the aisle seat. Do you prefer smoking or non-smoking? Actually now the whole flight is non-smoking. One time there was a time where people could smoke in the flight, but not anymore. So would just to learn, it's saying would you like a window or an aisle seat? Aisle please. Do you prefer? What do you prefer? ඔයා කැමති මොකද්ද? මේ දෙයටද මේ? That is how you say. Do you prefer? So that's another word that you can learn. P-R-E-F-E-R. Prefer. Do you prefer smoking or non-smoking? So somebody can say, do you prefer to sit or stand? At some, let's say you get into the bus. So somebody will say, do you prefer to sit or stand? So he says, non-smoking. And then he says, I have 13E available. I have 13E available. I have this available. I have this seat available. So that is how you say. Available means මේක තියෙනවා. I have මේක දැන් ඔයාට මට දෙන්න පුළුවන්. This book is available. I am available. Some could say even I am available tomorrow. So that's how it is. How many pieces of luggage do you have? So he wants to know how many pieces of luggage do you have. So Mr. Fernando is saying 2. Here's your boarding pass. Here's your boarding pass. The plane will board. The plane will board. That is how you say the plane will board. I can plane eකට දැන් නගින්න පුළුවන් half an hour prior to departure. So that's another thing that you can learn. Prior to departure. Half an hour. පැය භාගයකට කලින්. So how do you say? The plane will board half an hour prior to departure. So these are prior. P-R-I-O-R. Prior. So may I prefer prior. So write these and learn. May I. So that is how you talk. May I. May I come in please. May I see you tomorrow please. And then you can say I prefer to go tomorrow. I prefer to sit down. I prefer to walk. Or I prefer to run. Prefer means mama කැමති මේ දෙයට. I prefer to sit or I prefer to stand. Prior is prior to the boarding time. Prior half an hour prior to leaving. That is the bus. If the bus is leaving at 1 o'clock, you have to be 30 minutes prior to leaving time. 30 minutes before leaving time. Otherwise you cannot board in. So those are the words that you can learn today. Now let's listen to the dialogue again. Now Mr. Fernando has arrived in New York. Let's say he has arrived in New York and he is going through immigration. Again, you will hear the dialogue first at normal conversational speed. Then you will hear it again with pauses. So that is how you, what they're saying is, because there's a CD, you can listen to it. We don't need that. So let's say he has arrived in New York. There's an announcement. So a radio announcement, or they are announcing at the airport. Announcement. So now they are announcing, welcome to John F. Kennedy International Airport. So welcome to John F. Kennedy International Airport. Please have your passport and immigration forms ready. So the announcement, they are announcing, welcome to John F. Kennedy International Airport. So see how nicely they are saying, please have your passport and immigration forms ready. So even our immigration of whoever, even in our airports, some of our people can learn, because some even don't say hi or welcome, or there's nothing. They just turn their face the other way and just expect the people to come and hand over the passport, and so even they can learn a few good things from this. What's the purpose of your visit? So the immigration officer is asking, what's the purpose? Any country, when you visit, the immigration officer will ask, what's the purpose? What is your හේතුව? මොකද්ද ඔයාගේ purpose එක? මෙහාට එන්න හේතුව. Purpose means හේතුව. So what's the purpose of your visit? Business or pleasure? Is it ඔයන්නේ business වැඩවලටද නැත්නම් pleasure? ඒ කියන්නේ විනෝදයට, ගමන බිමන, කොහේ රටක් බලන්න යන්න. කිමු ලංකාවේ ඉඳලා රෝමේ බලන්න යනවා, නැත්නම් ඉන්දියාවේ බලන්න යනවා, සිංගප්පූරු වලට යනවා, මැලේසියා වලට යනවා, චීනයට යනවා. ඒ වගේ. So what's the purpose of your visit? නැත්නම් ලංකාවට එන, ලංකාවට ආවම immigration officer අහනවා, are you here for business or pleasure? Pleasure කියන්නේ විනෝදයට. ගිහිල්ලා බීච් එකේ ඉඳලා, හොටෙල් එකේ ඉඳලා නිවාඩුව ගත කරලා යන. ඒකට තමයි pleasure කියලා කියන්නේ. So Mr. Fernando says, I'm here for pleasure. How long will you be staying? How long? How long will you be staying in the United States? So he's saying, I'm here for 3 months. So that is how you ask, how long will you be staying? For how long are you going to be staying in Sri Lanka? Or you can ask your friend, for how long are you going? For how long are you going to Kandy? For how long are you going to Jaffna? For how long are you going to Matara? So that is how long will you be staying in Kandy? How long will you be staying in Colombo? 3 months. Okay. Please proceed to customs. So please proceed. Again, now you can carry on. Proceed. Again, ඉදිරියට යන්න. Please proceed to customs. Do you have dairy or meat products with you? I think ඕන රටකට එනකොට කිරි ආහාර හරි මස් හරි ගේනවට හුඟක් රටවල් කැමති නැහැ. මොකද විස බීජ එන්න පුළුවන් ඉඳ ඒක අහන ප්‍රශ්නයක් තමයි do you have dairy? dairy කියන්නේ කිරි ජාති. Do you have dairy or meat products with you? No. එයා කියනවා Mr. Fernando කියනවා no. Okay. You are all set. එහෙනම් ඔක්කොම හරි. You okay? You are all set. So let's do it a little bit fast now and see, remind us again what we learned. So at the beginning, where will you be flying today? So that is the theme. So the attendant is asking, where will you be flying today? Where will you be flying today? Mr. Fernando is saying to New York. Then the attendant, that officer, is saying, may I see your ticket? So something that we learned, may I see your ticket, passport and visa please. Here you go. Here you go. You're giving it. Here you go. My visa is on page 6 of my passport. So he's saying my visa is on page 6 of my passport. Would you like a window or an aisle seat? So window and the aisle seat. Aisle please. Mr. Fernando wants the aisle. That is in the center. Do you prefer smoking? Do you prefer smoking? Do you prefer sitting? Do you prefer standing? Do you prefer smoking or non-smoking? So he says non-smoking. I have 13E available. That is the seat that is allocated to him. I have 13E available. How many pieces? That is the luggage. So he can ask, how many bags? How many luggages do you have? How many pieces of luggage do you have? So he has 2. Here is your boarding pass. The plane will board half an hour prior to departure. So the plane will board half an hour prior to departure. පිට වෙන්න පැය භාගයකට කලින්. ඒකට තමයි කියන්නේ prior to departure. You will be leaving from gate 3 on your left. Thank you. And then he says, you will be leaving from gate 3 on your left. Thank you. On your left or on your right. So once he goes there, then there's an announcement, Nivedana. Welcome to John F. Kennedy International Airport. Please have your passport and immigration forms ready. Please have your passport and immigration forms ready. What's the purpose? ආපු කාරණාව මොකද්ද? What's the purpose of your visit? Business or pleasure? So he's saying pleasure. How long will you be staying? How long will you be staying in the United States? And he's saying 3 months. Okay. Please proceed to customs. Please proceed. Keep going. Please proceed to customs. Do you have dairy or meat products with you? No. Okay. You are all set. So I think that's good enough for today, and I will try to continue this lesson on another day.